Okay, let's get started. My name is LaCasse. I'm the owner of SEO Expert Las Vegas. I'm also the co-owner of Neon Appeal Digital Marketing. And this is the untold truth about SEO. What I usually do with this presentation, I split up into two parts. First part is going to talk about the generic stuff of SEO, what makes it different, why it's important. There's some technical things I'm going to go into, and then the second part is the one that I advertised online, and we'll go into something more specific, which will be this time the local SEO. So we'll get into the generic basic stuff. We got to talk about Google. The Google algorithm is not this crazy Illuminati, hold on to everything that you've ever looked at online. It still is a product, right? And if you wanted to double check this, all you have to do is go to the webmasters.google, third paragraph, fourth page, and this is what it basically says. They base their search, the rankings for words, on what is called search intent. Search intent is what they rank for any word that is in searching on Google. Search intent is broken down into four elements: informational, navigational, transactional, and commercial. So let's talk about informational. Informational is the name, address, and physical location of a business. It's what establishes where you're at and what you do. Navigational. This is where if you are going to be logging into a database or Netflix or Facebook, you're leaving the search results page, the SERP, to go somewhere else. It's search intent because you're navigating out of the Google realm and you're going to someplace specific. Transactional intent. This is for people that are ready to buy. Best, affordable, cheapest, okay? Adjectives that describe what your business does other than informational intent. Commercial. Best 5 plumbers in Las Vegas. Best 5 bike shops in Las Vegas. This is commercial. This is where you get to sell what you do, right? These are all keywords that should be in your website, should be in places that describe your business, should be in your social posts, right? Now this is just search intent. How do you get search intent? It's called EEAT. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. So say you want to rank for best bike shop in Las Vegas. On your website, you better establish EEAT. I've been in the bike shop business for 15 years. I have been the expert on fixing anything from a broken train chain to a tire. Because of that, I'm the #1 authority on fixing bikes in Las Vegas. I'm the most trusted business in Las Vegas. Those sentences establish EEAT. They also need to be in your socials. They need to be somewhere so people say, I think that person knows what they're doing. It's not about cool, it's not about being anything else. You want to let people know who you are and why you're the best. EEAT, with search intent, you can't go wrong. And even in Google's documentation, they talk about EEAT. They say this is what you need to do. You need to put yourself out there by loading up on what you provide as a business. So, let's talk about Google Ads and SEO. Google Ads and SEO have always been butting heads since the infancy of the internet. Back when Google Ads was real cheap, SEOs were still trying to figure out how to rank a website. In the modern time, there's a big disparity between Google Ads and what an SEO does. Google Ads will get you clients and customers quickly, much quicker than an SEO can. You're paying to rent the keyword. Hopefully they do search intent and they establish EAT in their ads for you, but you will get customers quicker than me in the SEO world. I'm about organic growth. What I do takes time. You have to establish a brand. That's what SEOs do. It is not about flash. It is about making your business a brand first, because brands get leads when you're sleeping, right? If you want to rent it, fine, you can rent it. But don't expect you to get the same customers once you cut off the money. SEO, it never turns off. You can only grow with it, right? Big dispersity, big difference between the two, right? So this is how I like to explain how SEO works. Down here, we have a plant seed, and down here, we have it all grown with lots of fruit. Think of your business website as a seed. The dirt is Google, right? To come from here all the way down there to bear fruit, most industries in Las Vegas take a minimum of 1 year. Minimum. Now, once we start looking at how this is going to start growing down, most people don't realize what the roots are about. This top of the plant is the way that your website looks. It's your socials, it's the graphics, it's your videos. It's the stuff that people see about your business. The roots is the SEO. It's backlinks. Is have you established search intent for your website? On page, off page, technical SEO. How fast does your website load on a desktop? How fast does it load on your mobile? That's all SEO. That's the only thing I care about. This is stuff that's great for a business, but I care only about the roots. That's what I grow. Moving on. So today's subject, that is the basics of the SEO world. That's how I live. That's what I geek out about. Now we're going to go into the second half, which is local SEO. Local SEO in the world of SEO is the only thing that can really compete with Google Ads, because you get customers quick, but it's got to be set up right, right? Google My Business Profile is really the only way to establish local SEO. There is Yelp, there's OfferUp, there's all these other places. However, those are profiles on a web page. Google My Business Profile is on a search engine. Completely different things. Your Google Business Profile shows up faster than your Facebook or your Yelp. But some businesses can't get a Google My Business Profile because they're not allowed. And I'll go into that list of the businesses that aren't allowed to have one, and it's pretty easy to understand. So another thing about local SEO is reviews and reputation. As soon as you start a local Google My Business Profile, people can start leaving reviews. And I'm going to go through how to deal with it. 5 stars are great. 5 stars are great all day. But you will get the 1. You will get the 1 to 3 stars. And there's a process on how to handle it. Along with this Google Business Profile is local keywords. If you have a Google My Business Profile, you immediately qualify for the near me keyword right off the bat. So, best plumber near me. Best bike shop near me. If you don't have one, you're not getting that keyword. That's part of the way that Google works with their system, right? Now you can get near me on Yelp, but that doesn't show up in the SERP because you have to click on the Yelp URL to find the best blah, blah, blah on Yelp, right? Completely different. Profile on a web page, search engine, very different. Citations in directories. When you start a Google My Business Profile, it is absolutely necessary to put your website in as many citations in directories as possible. Examples: Bing, Places, Apple Maps, Chamber of Commerce, Yellow Pages. They're free, and they give you what's called a backlink. And backlinks over time is what raises your authority as a website. So if you have competing keywords and you did all that local citation work and you've gotten a few more points on your rating, you will rank higher than someone that doesn't. It's just the way that it works. Citations is huge. Backlinks are going to be, they're already been a deciding factor between 2 engaging websites. But in 2025, it'll be even more. If you don't have them, you're not going to rank. Now, along with this, because of local SEO, it is very important to at least establish a place and location on your on page for your website. You got to have it somewhere where you're doing business, right? It's good to do it now, because if it starts to grow into a corporation and business, then you can start making subsequent folders and subsequent pages for those locations. But to start off, if you're in Vegas, put it in the title, put it in the meta description that you operate here in Las Vegas, okay? Now, this is what the Google business page looks like when you start off. If you've ever seen that page, that means you're starting your Google My Business profile. Name, category. All right. Now, like I said before, it's really, really good to have this because you get free traffic. You don't have to pay for it, right? And a lot of your competitors have the same thing, but they never optimize it. They just know they had to do it. So they started it, and then they ended it. You just got to, you put in a little bit of optimization, a little care about the hours, the logos and photos. You don't have to touch it for at least a month unless something's changed. This is one of those profiles in the SEO world where you kind of get to set it up the right way the first time, and then every once in a while you can come back and spruce it up. But it's not like a web page. It's not like socials where every single day you have to look at it. This is pretty much a set and done. And by having this, you'll immediately be put into what's called the map pack. Whenever you look on something on Google for a business, and it shows you that nice big, other than after the AI generated response, but if you scroll down, you'll see a map, and you'll see businesses and a map of Las Vegas. The only way to get in there is to get one of these. You can't get it through anywhere else. You can't get it through Yelp. You can't get it through OfferUp. You have to have a business profile so that you qualify for the map pack. All right. Let's talk about the businesses that cannot have one. This is on Google's own documentation. These businesses, unfortunately, can't have it and never will. Online-only businesses, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, lead generation businesses, can't have it. The reason? It's all online. You need a physical location because Google My Business Profiles is derived from their maps. So you got to be able to put your business somewhere in their maps to basically qualify. That's the general stuff. However, next one, virtual or remote businesses. Again, operating online. They're not going to take it because you don't have a physical location. Consultants, freelancers, and remote-only customer service, because where are they working from? Generally from home. Can't have a residence as your business profile unless there's certain industries, and I'll get into those industries. Real estate, Airbnbs, properties for sale, not the real estate agency itself, because they have an office. And they can have their agents be part of that Google My Business profile. But if you're renting property on Airbnb, you can't set it up on Google My Business. And they're not going to allow it because the property itself is what people are coming to, right? Moving on. Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, DoorDash drivers, businesses that run their business out of a car. It's a moving location, can't do it. Businesses without face-to-face interactions, kiosks, ATM machines, crypto machines, anything where people are coming up to this machine as an ATM, self-independent, no face-to-face interactions. And this is the big one, the one at the very bottom, the one I get questions about all the time. I run my business out of a WeWork. Can I have a Google business profile? Nope, can't do it. Regis, WeWork, can't do it. Why? No physical location. There's no place. It's just like anyone else coming into a library, a cafeteria. You can't run a business out of that. Google doesn't like that. And P.O. boxes. You run your business out of a P.O. box, you will get suspended before you hit enter. They have cracked down on P.O. boxes because it's one of those shades of gray. It's a physical location, but it's a post office box. You can't do customer interactions at a P.O. box, right? So, any questions about this? Yes?
So my wife, she owns a cleaning business, but she runs it out of our house, right?
Yep.
So there's nowhere for customers to come, right? Because they would be coming to our house.
Yep.
So she, no go?
Yes, she can have it.
Yes.
Right. It's called a hybrid.
Okay.
Plumbers, landscapers, they can run a Google My Business out of their house because your customer interactions outside of the house, you just need a placeholder to say that you're in Las Vegas. So yes, you can have it.
So, and when you look it up on the map, it shows our house though, right? Like, because I've seen that in neighborhoods before.
Yep,
Like,
it's someone that didn't set it up right. You're absolutely right.
What the heck's going on over here?
All right, so when you get to that screen, right, for the cleaning service, right? After that screen, there's going to be a screen where it says what's your address, and there's a little tab above it that says you want it shown in the profile or not shown in the profile. You don't want it shown.
Right.
That makes it a hybrid, right? That's the only way to do it. Pest control, plumbers, anywhere where you're going out to meet the person and the business is done on their residence. That's completely fine. Google loves that because you can add more cities, right? You can add Las Vegas, you can add Winchester, Summerlin, Enterprise. Google doesn't know any better. They just think of it all as Las Vegas. But you can specify, because you're a hybrid, the certain areas you want to work.
Okay.
Right? So when you set it up, just take your time, but make sure you click off, you don't want your location shown, and then build it out the rest of the way, you know?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So what I did is last month I did an audit on Tech Alley's website for a technical SEO audit. This time I did their Google My Business profile. All right. If you were to look up Tech Alley on your phone or desktop, they immediately qualify for a Google My Business profile. But we see that there's some things that are missing, right? Don't have a logo, don't have a map, don't have any hours, okay? This is what, in the SEO world, we see a lot. People just create a business profile and they leave it be. So let's talk about this. We would want to add Las Vegas at the end of Tech Alley, right? Tech Alley is, what is that, right? But if you said, comma, Las Vegas, hyphen, networking in Las Vegas, you get to play with the title of your Google My Business profile more than you can your own website. You can play with it. You can add things. You can make it more engaging. Just don't put LLC on your Google My Business profile. I see it all the time, and no one cares that it's an LLC. But you can put Las Vegas, Nevada. LV, NV, Las Vegas, comma, NV, right? That stuff works. That works because people already see the profile and they see, okay, this is happening in Las Vegas. Logos and photos. Tech Alley has a logo. They have an opportunity right at the very top to put the logo there. Now, is this a physical location? Not really, it's an event. But they can put the logo of Tech Alley right at the beginning so people see, okay, this place has a logo or a photo or something other than the blank Google Maps, right? Now, along with that, you can enable map location. This event happens here every month. They could actually say, you know what, we're going to enable map location. This is a temporary location for this moment. You might get through with Google, you might not. But if you're not going to enable map location, then put something else there. All right? Business hours. This event has a certain business hours once a month. You can actually put it into Google My Business profile, monthly meetings. There's a way to do it, it's a little more complex, but you can have it say the business hours are the times broken up, and this is the time of operation, right? Social links. You can add your social links to your Google My Business profile. They could literally see what your business is, scroll down, and click to your Instagram. And a lot of them do. A lot of people do. I mean, we all do, right? If we see a business that we're interested in, and we're scrolling down, and we see that they have a Facebook, more than likely we want to see, hey, are they engaged with their business on socials? What's new to them? What's going on with them? Maybe there's some kind of deal or discount that I didn't know. If I go on that social, maybe I'll find more information. So another thing too, you can create posts on your Google My Business profile. Google My Business profile has actually become, in a way, a social platform. You can post deals, you can post events, you can post discounts, client or customer testimonials. You can post that directly below this screen, which has already been seen in the first 3 seconds of someone finding it. You can reach them faster than other platforms that actually facilitate testimonials, right? And the last part is the Q&A. Every business profile has a place right there, questions and answers. Anyone can click it, including yourself, and ask yourself a question about the process of your business. You can defeat objections right there. How long does it take? What's the cost? If you are getting that as your inquiries for your customers, put it in the Q&A and defeat them before they even come to your website. Give them the answer that they want, right?
Oh, question on.
Sure.
Can't users respond to other users? Is it not just by owner and?
True. You can, in the Q&A, you can have other users respond to it, but the one from the account owner always goes to the top. Everything else falls below it. You know what I mean? So yeah, you could do that, but again, you get to ask the questions. Yeah. Anyone can put in the question, including the owner. How long does this take? Just think if you found a business, they literally, I don't even know how long this is going to take, and it literally answers it right there. Oh wow, they must care. They must fill this out right. So, okay, they're pretty legit. You know what I mean? Any other questions? Yes, sir.
On the events, create posts for events, are you able to, how many events can you post at a time?
As many as you want. It is a posting machine.
Like a blogging scenario?
Not blogging. So the way that it works with posting is you put in a photo and you have 5,000 characters underneath it, just like a social post. In the SEO world, we have been discussing whether or not hashtags should be used. Don't use hashtags.
What about links?
Links, yes, but no hashtags, because it's not that social of a social post, right? It's an event posting machine, right?
The backlink coming from Google into your website.
Backlink, it's irrelevant because you're on a search engine right now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
All right, and then somebody took a photo in front of our place during a snowstorm.
Okay.
Driving me nuts. They posted it in the profile or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do I just bury it? Do I get rid of it?
You can set up an appeal, and I actually do go through that in a few more slides. You can ask for an appeal for removal. Give a good reason why. Okay. Length is the key to talking to Google. Just 3 sentences, and they're gonna be like, whatever, and they're gonna move on, right? Any other questions? No? No problem. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Does this post and events and content from there, does that help you rank?
Yes. For the near me.
So the more you post, the more events, the higher you rank.
Right. And the thing is, look at it from your perspective. If you were to look for a business and they had a filled out Google My Business profile and they were posting to it and they had 25 reviews, maybe not all 5 stars, but 25 reviews at 4.8 stars. And they were posting, that post was from 2 days ago about a discount, right? You would be a lot more engaged with that. So do it for your own business. Google is literally giving you what has been working so that you can do it for yourself, right? And again, this is free. This is on a search engine. It's not Facebook. It's not Instagram. It's not TikTok. It's literally what people are looking for. You get to engage with your customer right there, right? Yes?
For instance, my Google My Business, it switched to a service area business because it was too much of a pain in the ass of putting the new address in there. And since then, my interaction on the Google My Business has gone way down, and also my picture. And when you type my name in Google, when the search bar comes down, you know, Damian Lillard has his picture, and I don't. It went away since that. How would I get that back?
So did you have a physical address before?
Yes.
And you're not in that location anymore?
No.
Then you can't do anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they gave you the service only, right? Mm-hmm. Google's business profile is directly derived from their maps. Mm-hmm. So you have to have a place to put your PIN that this is where you do business. Office, anywhere that's not a WeWork or a Regis, and it can't be a home, but you still have the service area, which in Google's eyes, you're right, you're gonna lose traffic. Because if you have a physical location, people can literally come to your location to do the business. When you do a service area, you do drop, right? Because it's obtuse, it's not acute. You know what I mean? So get a new location and you won't have that problem. I know, but that's the only solution. Yeah, I know, I hear you. All right. Reviews and reputation. This is a big one. Best way to get reviews is to ask. Any interactions with customers, even before, hey, you want to leave me a review? That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. Reviews drive the local map pack. There's a couple programs that I have that can actually look at a specific industry and tell you the average amount of reviews that you will need to acquire to be in the map pack. For most industries, it's usually 30, 40 plus. Certain industries, it's a couple thousand, right? Depends on the industry, depends on what you do. But the more that you get, the more that you're banking on the valuation of your business in Google's eyes. They start to push you up more. Now comes the fun part. 1 to 3 star reviews. This is where your reputation is going to be tested. The one thing you don't do is argue. You're not arguing with them. Even if you have to throw out a generic AI response, we're working on our process. Thank you for letting us know that we need to bring this to our attention. We are doing the best possible blah, 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 blah. Thank you for the review. Even just saying that is better than arguing, because everyone reads the arguments, especially the 1 stars. Now, if you really want to get challenged, reach out to the 1 star. Most people that leave a 1 star review are just taking it out on you. They had a bad day. They had somewhat of a bad experience or things they weren't being attention to, and they took it out on you on your business. Sometimes reaching out to them can take that 1 and make it a 4. You have a lot to work with 1 stars, but doing nothing taints your relationship and it taints your reputation, and you could lose it quick, and it's really hard to get it back because you have to fill up the rest of your reviews by asking friends and family to leave 5-star reviews. Handle it the right way the first time and you'll be good, right? And this is another sad truth, the untold truth of SEO. Most of the time, 50% of your 1 to 3 star reviews will be coming from your own competition, and you can't do anything about it. I can tell you and show you the process to appeal it, but then again, we live in Google's world. If they don't want to take it away, they're not going to take it away. And you can try to keep appealing, and they can just keep on telling you, no, 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 right? Google's business profile is in Google's world. We live in that world. If they don't want it to go away, they're not going to make it go away. But understanding that if someone leaves a 1-star review that is your competition, you have an opportunity to be a little more professional about it than they would be. They took the time to do it, right? You have a professional obligation to say, appreciate it, we're working on our process. You know that they're their competition. You know that they're coming for you. Well, use it for your advantage. You all have the advantage of a Google business profile in the first place. Use it. Be pragmatic, be diplomatic about it. And I'm telling you, most people that will see that will say, okay, whatever, and they move on. Also, this isn't on there, leaving photos of the reviews. If people are going to give you a review, ask for photos of the product or service. Those get clicked on way more than just regular words. Photos are huge right now when it comes to reviews. And again, let's look at an example. Amazon. When we find a product on Amazon, what do? We scroll down and we look at the pictures. We want to see what this thing actually looks like. Again, it's the same thing with your Google business profile. Ask for photos of the reviews. Yes?
What is the program that you saying, like a map safety program?
Yeah, so it's G-Search tools. They're pretty old, but they're scraping programs for SEOs that when I put in an industry and a map area, It will tell me how many reviews and the number of reviews that are required to rank in the position 3, 2, and 1, right? Generally, it's a couple hundred depending on the industry. Some of them, I mean, some product lines, you're good to go with 30, you know, and you can get that in what, 3 months? Some of them, like lawyers, you're talking 10,000, right? Again, it's just the repetition of customers, right? More customers, bigger industries, bigger reviews, more, and again, with 1,000, I've never seen 1,000 reviewed business that didn't have at least 21 1-stars. And that breaks the number down, right? Goes from 4.9 to 4.7, 4.6 to 4.4. You know what I mean? So generally, the more you can get, the better. And you'll be able to see it too.
So you're saying the program that you're talking about running will tell you how many 5-star reviews you need to be to rank number 1 on Google for your industry.
Right. For your industry in the location as well. Right. Is it dated? It's a little bit, but again, if I'm doing a discovery with a new client and they have a Google My Business profile, I need to let them know, hey, in the first year, we're going to try to get to 50 reviews. It's on the business owner to do it. It's not my job. I'm an SEO, right? I'm an analyst. Let's talk about appeals. Okay? Now, if you do get that 1 to 3-star review, which happens, immediately go to the appeals on your Google My Business profile in the manager and set an appeal right away. You might get lucky. I've seen it happen. You want to establish a record of appeals for the 1 to 3-star reviews, right? Even before you even answer it, set up the appeal, okay? Appeals take about 10 to 20 minutes. You want to let them know, hey, it's a review, this is what happened. Be honest, okay? Sometimes if you're honest and say, hey, one of my new employees was off or I had an off day, you know, it happens. It's better to at least have it on record than to do nothing and let it sit, right? Suspensions. This is another one. If you had a business and you tried to put in a profile and you were in a WeWork, you won't get it. You'll be able to complete the process, but it'll be under suspension. You can go to Google and say, hey, what do I need to do to get this out of suspension? Generally, Google's pretty good about answering your questions pretty concisely. They'll be like, look, you got a WeWork. Can't do it. You know? But again, asking in your appeals process, what did I do wrong? Always bring it back to yourself because Google wants to help you. If you have an attitude with Google, Google's going to give you an attitude right back, right? They're not even going to answer it, right? And again, always be honest in your appeals. Tell them the truth. This is my first business. I'm trying to set this up the right way. Am I missing something? Is there something that I didn't set up right? And it usually takes about 5 business days for them to reply. And I've done many appeals, just to let you guys know. Most of the time, they're pretty nice about what you did wrong. This is what you should do when you resubmit, okay? It's fairly straightforward. Citations and directories. This is the part of the Google My Business profile that blends into backlinks. These are just a taste of the free profiles that your business can be on that will acquire backlinks. Yelp, it's free-ish, right? Got to pay for your logo, and you're going to get hounded by a guy calling you 5 times a day to do ads on Yelp. Okay? It's just the way it is. But for businesses that can't qualify for the Google My Business profile, that's the best you'll be able to get. And it doesn't hurt, it's just not in a search engine. It's on a website. Yellow Pages. As soon as you get qualified for Google My Business profile, immediately pull up Yellow Pages and fill that out. Yellow Pages derives their directory inputs from Google My Business. So if you get the Google My Business, go right into Yellow Pages. You're done in 10 minutes. It's super easy to do, right? Along with that, go into Apple Maps. Set up your location in the Apple Maps. That way you start to rank on the Safari as opposed to Chrome or whatever browser you use. Facebook Business Pages. This is another free one. Get it set up, fill it out as if it's the Google My Business profile, Again, it's a profile in a search in a web page. It only helps you. Better Business Bureau. You got to pay for this one, but it's kind of the de facto directory that pretty much at a certain point in time you're going to want to set up, right? Again, the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, and even chamberandcommerce.com in general. Easy backlink. Easy, easy, easy. And it pays for itself right off the bat. It keeps on building over time. All right? Local neighborhood groups and industry directories, whatever your industry is. Generally, I've seen most directories, industry directories, 5 to 15 different ones. Even in the SEO, there's like 10 of them. What do you think I did? As soon as I started going on doing this professionally, I went and put myself into every single one of them. And it keeps on growing more backlinks every month, right? You got to give yourself maybe an hour to 2 hours to do this all yourself, but it pays for itself at the end of the year. Question? No, okay. All right, this is my last slide. This just came out 2 weeks ago. Neil Patel is probably one of the more infamous SEOs. He's been doing it way more longer than I have. And usually every month he comes out with some really good technical data. And this is really good for local SEO, right? And basically, the top local platforms versus the likelihood to physically visit, right? Now, if we look at the very far left, we see Google Business, like we were discussing. It's on a search engine, right? But we look at the amount of engagement, 27%. Was that 1 out of 4? 1 out of 4 people will come to that location. It's good to know, but we also look at the next one, which is Yelp. Yelp has a trust level of 84%, just slightly lower than Google My Business. But people that find you on Yelp are just slightly more likely to come visit. 1/3, give or take, right? Does that mean you have to choose one? No, you do for all of them. You put yourself into all of these places. Bing places. You want to qualify for AI, ChatGPT AI search? They derive their algorithm from Bing. Yes, yes. So getting your business on Bing places is an absolute necessity to be searchable on ChatGPT. Nextdoor, Apple Maps, TripAdvisor, Facebook Local, and the specialized apps at the very end for specified industries. Okay? Again, this is all part of the local SEO process. This is why some businesses that actually put in for all these things, they get traffic on top of traffic. And they start to build a brand. And that brand starts to bug them while they're sleeping because they have emails and phone calls and they have text messages. Focusing on one thing, it does not work anymore. You cannot get away with it anymore. That's why this is an ecosystem, right? SEO has 3 pillars. The technical side, which is the SEO, the programming, the speed in which things load, the content. SEO is going to be a part of social media posts, and we have no choice to embrace it. Because of what you learn from search intent and establishing EAT, that has to be in your socials now. Why should someone be paying attention to you? I've been doing this for this long. I've been the trusted authority in Las Vegas for this long, right? And the third one is backlinks. I hate backlinks. I hate dealing with it, but it's a part of the industry. I have to do it because clients need to start gaining rank. And if they are not part of bigger directories, bigger conversations, then they don't rank. And I don't get them more traffic, right? So that's the end of it. Any questions at all? I know this probably went pretty fast. Covered lots of, sure.
Is there a good free tool that you recommend for analyzing what backlinks you or your competitors have?
Free tool. Okay, there's a bunch of them. The one that I would suggest that's probably the easiest to get the basics, it's called SEO Minion. It's a free attachment to your web browser. And when you, I think it's free for a couple days, or like a free 33 free trial. However, that one's going to give you some technical numbers as well. It's going to give you how many backlinks, visits, social profiles, the structure of the website, but that's the best free one that I can think of.
What about paid?
For paid, now you're dealing in the SEO world. So like you have Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz, those are all paid, and those do extensive SEO analytics. I use Ahrefs. I've been using Ahrefs for, God, how many years? But that will tell me everything about a website.
Are you saying Ahrefs?
Ahrefs, the letter A, Hrefs. They do have a free web browser tool extension, but you don't get to see that much until you pay for their Lite account, right? And that starts at $129 a month, and that will do a lot of stuff. And then it's tiered from that level. But that's what I do for keyword research, for local, for backlink development. Yeah, that's my program that I use.
Untold has a backlink.
Yep, I've used Ubersuggest for a couple months, and it's good, but it's not Ahrefs. It's not SEMrush. There's a reason why they charge as much as they do, because they can go into really deep analytical stuff. But if you're just doing inquiries on other businesses, SEO Minion does the job. It really does the job quite well. Yes?
What exactly is a backlink?
What's a backlink? A backlink is you have a business website, and another person that you work with is like, I want to put your website on my website as part of a partnership. So they take your URL, you take their URL, and you put it somewhere on your web page. So then once the Google bots find that you have a link to this page and they have a link to your page, it creates a backlink, right? It's very, very important. There's my last lecture, I talked about backlinks a little more extensively. There are certain tiers of backlinks that will change your business forever. Wall Street Journal, MSNBC. If you ever get your business on those web pages, your traffic will skyrocket. But it'll also come flat back if you don't do anything else about it, right? EDUs, UNLV, anything with a casino right here. You get a backlink on their websites, they have 10,000 views a month, if not more. That is linked to your website now. So that raises you right through the roof.
What if it's just your name and you have a name that nobody else has?
Is it linkable? Is it going to be linkable to your website?
Nobody else has that name.
You got to make it a hyperlink. You can't just have a name, right? So it's got to be able to be rolled over and clicked and gone somewhere. Now, there's another thing called referring domains. Referring domains is the domain in which a backlink sits on prior to the link being created, right? So again, the referring domain refers to, say, it's UNLV, right? You'll get credit for having the referring domain, but you may only be on one page at UNLV. But if you had multiple pages, multiple places where you're at, those referring domains start to go up. I know this is real complex stuff, but the backlink is the most important thing. It's how you extend the web of your business, right? And it's all digital, right? Sir?
So it is important to reciprocate that.
Yep. That's what blogs are for.
See, this might come to these things. Like, I always thought if it was one way, that was the most important.
You can have a one way, and it's called a no follow. No follow backlink. If you want to take the different types of backlinks, follow and no follow. You always want the follow. Follow means they went to you, they came back.
That actually gives you more Google.
Yes, way more, because it's a reciprocation. Their strength is going to be reciprocated to you. Your strength is going to be reciprocated to them.
So if I have like RosalieBingham.com, I could refer it to Regenerate, and Regenerated, then we'd have, I could refer to Regenerate and refer to RosalieBingham.com.
Yes.
That's a.
Yep, that would be a backlink. So this is where blogs come in, right? Because in blogging, you have an opportunity to reach out to somebody that's pertinent to your blog. Hey, I wrote a blog post on your business. Can you take this URL and put it on your web page. Now you got the backlink, right? You can be really specific about the type of backlinks you want to reach out to. Tech Alley last month has a backlink with UNLV because of when it first started. It was reaching out, and it reached out to UNLV. That's one of their highest backlinks, and that was 2 years ago. That drives traffic even today. That's how important a backlink is. You have to sell your business website to other people, right? Other than the service, other than the product. That's what backlinks can do, right? And again, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
When it comes to enough backlinks, and you change wording on your website or change wording in your socials, Google's going to look and see what your authority is, your domain rating. And if you're higher or lower from someone else, if you're lower, whatever you say is going to rank you higher. But if you're lower, they're going to rank higher than you, right? Backlinks is the interweb of the growth of your business. You could spend just months filling out as many directories as you want, and you will see more traffic. Guaranteed. Because people sleep on it all the time. Right? Any other questions? Go ahead. All right.
So I'm pretty fortunate. I mean, we probably have hundreds of thousands of backlinks a week on that. So how do I, if I'm going to do a do follow, do I just do do follows on domains that have higher authority than us then? Because to do something to all of them would be impossible.
So you have hundreds of thousands of backlinks coming to your website every month, or is that aggregate to now?
Actually,
A week?
yeah.
Well, what's your business?
I'm the founder of National Day Calendar. Pizza Day, Coffee Day.
Okay.
Yeah, we have significant traffic.
Okay. So do you have someone on your team that does, or that can actually look at the backlink catalog of what you have already?
So, I mean, we get a report from you say all refs, Ahrefs is what I refer to. I mean, we get a thing every week, and and they drop off too. I mean, it always shows like the net.
You're going to lose at that point, yeah.
Every week, right? So, I mean, yeah, I didn't dedicate somebody to this, but we've never reciprocated before, because I always thought that was more important to just have that one.
The one way?
To us, because I thought that authority was better that way.
So the homework would be to pull your backlink profile, look at what the highest domain rating was, and the one that has the most referring domains and traffic, because you'll be able to find that on Ahrefs. Reach out to them, because now you can do a reciprocation motion. Either you change the wording or make it, if it's a year, this is a big one. If you get a backlink from like 2024 and you have control of that intent, change it to 2025 and let it go. Just change the year, right? It doesn't matter. It's a number, right? In the SEO world, change that 4 to a 5 or that 1 to a 5 and get the backlink again for another year. So I would go through your backlink profile. First of all, look for anything that says 2024. Reach out, change it to 2025. Easy. Anything that's EDU or government, reach out to them and see if they can actually link back to you. Probably not, but it's a good shot to try. Anything that's got high traffic as a backlink, always see if there's something you can do to improve it, right? Because if it's a backlink from your end to them, you can rewrite the content with search intent, with EEAT, and have it rank even higher the next time it goes around. You know what I mean?
It's very interesting. Thank you for giving me another 2 years.
I know, exactly. That's why SEOs exist. we just dig stuff up all day. We're just like, you haven't done this at all. Anyway, any other questions? Yes, sir.
My company, we do advertising production, but I have some clients that I try to help them out with their SEO. And I have a barber shop. They're actually in St. Pete, Florida. And they've been around since 30, 40 years. And they've got 1,100 good reviews, that kind of thing. But a competitor came in that is a national chain, and all of a sudden pushed them down. Do you have any recommendations for a little barbershop like that, and how to combat national chains? They just came to town, now they're putting ahead.
I would start posting social content about not specifically the chain, but what people are leaving reviews about that chain. and how you do it better, right? Competitive analysis, right? Just because they're a big tree doesn't mean that they can't fall. No one keeps number one forever. So utilizing whoever that competitor is, look at their reviews. See who's left a crappy review. Take that review and word it into a post establishing EAT and start doing that. It's not going to be revolutionary type of traffic again, but this is business. Business is about intelligence. You got to learn in order to earn. You got to learn how to defeat them. And the bigger the company, the bigger the tree, right? So that's what I would do, just to initialize it, right? Unfortunately, I see this a lot in Las Vegas, where certain industries are taken over by a franchise. And the only reason why they have number one is because they created a page and they put Las Vegas in the title and they threw it into their website. Now they rank for everything because domain, right? They have a stronger domain. Doesn't matter how many pages they just have a stronger domain. Again, use what they are not doing for their customers and have it work for them, right? And over time, it will produce results. It always has.
Any other suggestions for local small businesses?
Do they have like a physical location with like a parking lot?
They do.
Car shows. Do car shows.
Car what?
Car shows.
Yep.
Car shows. Because if you do it Thursday and Friday, people are going to come and fix up their cars. They're going to have a car show in front of their barbershop. They're going to want to come in, if they have a discount, 10%, whatever, Thursday, Friday. You start to create a community with that car group. You put it on Meetup, you put it on Eventbrite, socials, Facebook, and Instagram. They'll have a parking lot full in a couple weeks. Do it once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. That's adjacent audiences. That's a huge thing in the SEO. Just because you have a business, what other businesses, what other audiences could I reach out to bring them into me? That's out of the box, right? No barbershop's doing that. But the ones that do, they have a following. And that supersedes any social post you could come up with, because you have an idea, you put it in multiple places, and you're waiting for the results to come to you. That's what I would do in a heartbeat. And it just works. It just works. No problem. Any other questions?
How important or how much of an impact does social media posts affect your search engine ranking, etc.?
If you asked me that question 4 years ago, I'd say it's not that much of a deal, because social media was kind of having its own little thing, and you could refer your post to your website. That's not the case, especially today. All social media posts are based in their algorithms, kind of like Google, with search intent and EAT. The reason why you'll know it works is, yeah, you'll get likes, but you'll also get visits to your website. That's the difference, right? Getting a like is a like. I mean, what are you going to do? What's the conversion rate of a like to a dollar amount? But if you have posts that establish, I've been doing this for 15 years, I'm the best in Las Vegas, and you start to see impressions go up along with clicks, and the time on website is more than 35 seconds, now you have something. You have tangible proof that the socials that you are creating are actually doing something, right? But that takes time, and it takes research. What is it that you want your business to be the best at? What do you want your business to be the most affordable at? Use that to your advantage, right?
So it will help your ranking if you have posts that are driving traffic to a website.
Absolutely, if it's done right, right? Now again, this is an optimization review. I've seen and had clients that had this situation, right? They didn't care what they posted as long as they were posting. That worked 4 years ago. You know, consistency, 7 times a day, fine. But if you could do 3 that served a purpose, that drove a discount, drove EAT with search intent, commercial intent, 5 best blah, 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 come take a look at my website, we just got blah, blah, blah. Again, there's a purpose to it. That's why SEOs are more important in social now, and especially with video. YouTube SEO is a huge thing right now because the YouTube is a search engine. So of course SEOs love YouTube because we get to play with keywords and search intent and EAT in that platform along with Google. And most SEOs are breaking away from Google anyway. I'm breaking away from it and focusing on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and the other ones. And the one that most businesses fall on, which is Pinterest. People have been sleeping on Pinterest for years. If your business deals and sells to women and you don't have a Pinterest account, you are losing because their audience skyrockets on Thursday and it drops on Sunday. You post on Thursday afternoon and you let it sit. People miss Pinterest by a landslide. And again, advertising on Pinterest, $1 a day. It starts at $1 a day. It is so cheap. So cheap. And you can put a post on and you can let it sit because Pinterest is a library. It sits there forever. How long does a Instagram post last? 10 minutes, right? It just goes right into a feed. You know what I mean? So if you have something very specific about your business, about your service, about your product, get on Pinterest. Put out a couple pins, a couple pins per week for a couple months. I'm telling you, it's hidden. SEOs are laughing all the way about this because it's a search engine. Pinterest is a search engine. So when you look up something, it creates a wall, not just top 10, what's ranking. No, hundreds of photos. You make yourself stand out in that realm with some graphic design, with some catch engagement, establishing EAT, and you let it sit. Just like your Google business profile. Do it the right way the first time, and just come back to it every once in a while and just change some things. Change your hours, change your posting, change your description, right? I mean, again, let's look at the description of Tech Alley, right down here. Tech Alley is a platform that builds and strengthens tech startup communities through knowledge sharing. Okay, that's good, but you can also reword it. You know, engaging words. This is where AI excels. Reword this into something more engaging, something that people are missing out on, right? You slap it in and you're done. That's it, you're done. And you get to focus on all the other stuff that I'm telling you to do. Any other questions? Yes? Oh my goodness. Start with you.
I have a client who paid a company to get 15,000 Facebook likes and followers. Is that going to hurt them when it comes to their Google?
Yes. Don't pay. Don't pay, period. Now, could you get away with it? And this is on Facebook, right?
It's on Facebook, but I'm assuming because Facebook, you assume that as well?
Well, Facebook is a website, right? So you have a profile on a website. It's not going to hurt, but it isn't good. It's not a good practice.
But it's not their business Facebook page. They did it on personal Facebook.
They did it on their personal?
Yeah, they put those 15,000 on personal.
That's
Somebody else's personal, I guess, not on the company's official Facebook business page.
never pay. It will, in a way it will. I mean, Facebook isn't going to suspend a business profile because you paid for personal likes. But again, someone that is inquisitive is going to see 15,000 reviews for a business page or for a Facebook page, go to their Google business profile, and if they have less than that, where's the credibility?
They have five.
Yeah. See, and that's again us using our analytical mind. Would we trust a business that had 10,000 reviews, go to their Google business profile, and they have 5? I would question that. That's kind of a flag. Now, if it's done, it's done. There's nothing you can do about it, right? If they already paid for it and it's already there, it's done. But moving forward, don't pay for reviews, right? Especially, I've seen this for Google reviews. You can buy Google reviews. That gets canked so fast, and there's nothing you can do, and you could probably end up getting suspended for doing that. They'll just cut you off, right? But some people want to cut corners. They want to pay for success. Again, don't do it. It's just bad practice, and it's bad karma. It's bad business karma. Question?
I'm a new business owner and I'm trying to learn about the EEAT.
Yes.
What resources do you have as a beginner?
If you want, I mean, there's always going to be online stuff about EAT, and you're going to get a lot of videos. If you want actual documentation, there's the webmasters.google.com. That is essentially the SEO Bible in a very generic way. It will tell you what EAT is about. There's different methodologies about it, but that's the basics, right? Your expertise, your experience, how good are you, and why people should trust you. That's all it comes down to. And it's got to be in everything, from the meta description to the social posts to the description of the business on Google. It's got to be everywhere, because you would trust someone that had that established, right? If you're looking to buy a product and they've been in business for 15 years, you'd be like, okay, 15 years, they've been around for a while. If it works for you, it should work for the business, right? Did you have a question? I know, I talk so fast, I know. Yeah.
Because if the traffic's paid and it drives it to your website, does that help you?
Yes, it does. It does. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Mm-hmm. But in the SEO world, it's, for me, in what I do, it's about organics, right? You can pay, right? But you might want to pay an SEO to do your paid ads, because Google keyword research, that is what's going to be the words that are going to be associated with your campaigns, right? You probably want those to have high search intent, high EAT, to be engaging, right? Again, this is not all marketing agencies do SEO, not all SEOs do ads, right? It's just one of those dividing lines, right? I prefer to do organic. Organic produces better valuation over a year. But if you need customers on Monday, do Google Ads. I can't beat that. I cannot beat that, period. But do the research and write it well. Any other questions? Covered a lot. Appreciate it. I have business cards with me if you want some information from me, and continue talking and whatever, but I appreciate you guys sticking out for the last of the last, hopefully the best of them. So yeah, any questions, come find me, and thank you very, very much for coming.